What's up, this your boy Boss and welcome back to the channel. Today is part 8 to the fish room rebuild. If you haven't seen part 7, make sure you go back and check those videos out. I'll leave a link right here. Check those videos out and then come back and hang out with us over here. But if you guys remember where we left off in part 7, it's been a while, but it was pretty much getting the fish room to where it's at today. A lot has changed over the time. I want to start expanding the fish room a lot more. So how I'm gonna start by doing that is we're gonna start working on this rack that's back here. We got about 15 2.5 gallons back there, plus we got a 20 long that sits at the bottom. So we got a total of 16 tanks that we are going to get set up and running today. I'm going to be using these tanks for fry grow outs, plants, quarantine tanks, nano tanks, whatever. I'm just gonna play with them. So that's what we finna work on today. By the end of this video, we will have all 16 these tanks up and running in the fish room. So let's get this video started. First thing we're gonna start working on is getting all these tanks cleaned up back here and looking good. I got 4 of them up back here that's currently housing some fry right now. The rest of them are just filthy, so I need to get them all cleaned up and looking good, and then we'll be one step closer to getting some water in them and getting them set up. So let's get this started. Look who has entered the building and blessed the channel today, man. Mr. Feed the Fish, man. He didn't came, you know, he my personal architect anyway, so anytime I need anything, a bead ran, anything done, he gotta come do it. You already know. But yeah, so we got all the tanks cleaned up right now. He just hooking up all the air lines, getting them to the sponge filter, get everything set up, and then we'll be one step closer to getting everything going. But it's looking really good right now, so stay tuned. You guys a little closer look. So as you can see, we got all these sponges ran right here. It's all running off this pump up here. I just need to clean that tank down there, drain all that nasty water there. Then I need to clean these 4 fry tanks up here and get them looking good. Look at you, done got hot. So we finally got, well, he got everything plumbed up and running, looking good, man. Every tank got air to it now, so pretty much now it's time to get water in. And then I just need to clean those and clean that one, and then we'll be ready to go. Before we go any further, I want to talk about the sponsor for today's video. The company that we are working with is called Higer. Higer is an aquarium company that has tons of different aquarium products, from filters to fish tanks to heaters. They even sell lights, air pumps, and a host of other products. And the product that we are going to be reviewing today is this Higer Aquarium Extended LED light. We're going to be using this light to light that rack back there that we're working on. So let me just open it up so we can start seeing what this thing look like. It is packaged really well. So as you guys can see, the light is pretty skinny. I like that a lot. It doesn't seem cheap or anything like that. It seemed like a nice little durable sturdy light. It has these little adjustable brackets right here that you can adjust, say you want to put it on a bigger tank or a shorter tank. So that's really awesome. It definitely has the white, blue, and red lights in it, so I'm thinking this is going to be an awesome deal. It also comes with these little brackets right here if you want to use them. So if you guys want to purchase, all you got to do is click the link down below, use my promo code Boss Aquatics, and you'll get 15% off at your checkout. That's a pretty good deal, guys. So I'm going to head and get this thing set up, and we're going to see how bright this thing really is and see if we can light that whole rack up. Let's see. As you guys can see, we got the light hooked up here. Got, ooh, that is super bright. But as you guys can see, we got the nice little red, white, and blues on it. You can see that it's lighting this whole row up here really good, and it's also lighting this rack right here. These tanks really ain't gonna get the light because of the blue bottoms in these tanks, but if I had just straight clear tanks, this light would shine down all the way through. There you see we got the little controller right here. You can set your timer right here, turn it on and off. That's awesome. And you can turn it up and down. So let me show you guys on that. As you can see, you can adjust how bright you want it. Obviously I want it as bright as possible, but if you was to put this on another aquarium, I'm sure it'll look super good. It's really bright. You can see like all the reds, the blues. So it's definitely a plant light. I'm sure you can grow a lot of plants on here. So I'm sure like with this light, say if I want to put it on one of these aquariums back here behind me, I'm sure it would look phenomenal on one of those tanks. But it's definitely looking really good. You can see all this stuff is up and running, looking really good. We got this pump hooked up here. He went ahead and hooked the pump up here. I'm not really a fan of this pump. I don't know if you guys can hear, but that pump is super loud. But it's working. It's running all these tanks right now. Even this 20 gallon down here is just, I put some sand in there, so it's going to be murky forever until that settles. But there's no fish going in it no time soon. But everything is hooked up. I think I just want to hide these wires a little bit because, you know, this is an eyesore for me. So I'll probably figure out a way to hide them wires so you guys won't be able to see that, or I won't be able to see it. Ain't about you. I just don't want to see it because it's an eyesore to me. But overall, super happy, man. We're going to start getting some fish into these aquariums. All these sponge filters that are in here, I've been had these sponge filters for about 3 or 4 weeks. They've been in other aquariums seeding, so these sponge filters are ready to go. The next thing I want to work on is getting this fish room ready for winter. Right now, currently, what I'm doing to heat this fish room is I'm currently got some heaters in some tanks, and I got a couple vents open down here in the basement that's heating the basement. So the basement stays pretty warm, but that requires me running the heat in my house. So in order to kind of like level things out, what I did was I went out and purchased this awesome space heater right here. This thing is 5200 BTU, so this thing should have it smoking down here. So we're gonna be going ahead and get this thing hooked up, and then that way, hopefully, because right now like my bottom tanks are sitting around about like 72, 74, give or take, depending on how much I run the heat in the house. So I want to kind of eliminate that, and I want to be able to eliminate some heaters if possible. So we're gonna see what this thing do. Hopefully this heats this fish room up to the point where I don't even have to run heat down here at all. So I'm gonna get this thing hooked up, and we're gonna see if it works. See, this what it look like. Nice little heater. This thing like a nice little decorative piece, don't it? For $120, this thing better work. In the front of the fish room where you guys are, it stays fairly warm. So I think I'm gonna run that heater back there, and we'll see what it do back there. If I have to move it up front, maybe then we will, but for right now, it should work back there really good. And as I'm looking at it, it's pretty small where I can like slide it in over here so it won't be such an eyesore. But either way, I don't care if it's out in the middle or nothing. My goal is just to have this fish room nice and warm for my fish. That way I can limit some heaters, which will limit some electrical down here, because, you know, it does cost to run all this. It's not cheap. Finally got this heater hooked up. It's unplugged right now because I don't need it at this moment, but it definitely works and gets really hot, so I'm happy with that. I went ahead and hid all those wires that was hanging down, so you don't even see, you can see those right there a little bit, but you really don't see much wires hanging down. So I like that. I like the aesthetic look. I don't want to see no wires. If you pay attention to my whole fish room, you really don't see no wires nowhere. And that's kind of how I like to keep it. But let's take a look at this rack while all the lights off down in the fish room. You can see how that light is really illuminating. It's looking really good down here. Let's go look at some fish while we're here too. All these beautiful fish up in here. And they're swimming, looking good. I just recently got some plants too. All these fish are doing really good. Look at this tank right now. It's looking phenomenal with all the lights off down here in the fish room. Our flag pheasants did lay eggs. You guys don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do, because I had posted a video. They had laid some eggs on that outtake right there, and they ate them in like 2 days. So they still got to learn how to be good parents. That's the male right here. He is awesome. I was really kind of upset about that because I really wanted them to lay some eggs and raise their babies, but they got to learn how to be good parents, but they'll eventually get there. This tank is looking dope right now, yo. The fish room definitely looks better at night than it does with all the bright lights on. Look at this discus right here. phenomenal colors. But that's gonna be the end to part 8 of the fish room rebuild, man. Let's get this video to like 500 likes and we'll drop part 9. I got a lot more coming. Y'all just really don't know what I got coming for y'all. That was just small to what else I got going on down here, but we had to get that done and get that set up. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's content, man. Make sure you guys enjoy the holidays, man. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Make sure you spend that time with your family. Be thankful for what you have. Don't worry about your job, stress, money, anything you got going on in your life. Just take the day and enjoy the family, man, because you only get certain time with them, man. This is my first Thanksgiving without my father, so it's gonna be a little different. And you know, I'm used to sitting back watching football with my father, man, but he ended up passing away at the beginning of this year, and that's really what inspired me to start this fish room in the first place. And maybe, you know, I'll drop a video giving my backstory and tell you guys, you know, my story, because I got a really good story, you know, and I want to put it out there to you guys one day. So if you guys want me to do that and be more vulnerable, I will, and tell you guys my story and how all this came to about. But enjoy your family, spend time with them, man. Happy Thanksgiving. I will catch you guys in part 9, or it might be another video before that, who knows. But get this video to 500 likes and we'll drop a part 9, so stay tuned.